Alright, YouTube setup. Sorry about that. I completely spaced on having that and got ready to go. Anyway, we know that woman is one of the costumed people. But no real true suspects yet. No real true suspects, which is kind of a problem. That being said, so far, like all the woman we've met in in my logbook here. Ooh, we need to talk to him for sure. Sheena. Yatagarasu, who's been with us basically the whole time. Well, okay, she is possible, I guess. Ooh. I don't think it's either of these two. She's a pink badger. And she's just happens to be here. And she's also a returning character, so probably not her. Huh. I did have a thought that maybe it was her and Lance, too. Qilong and Sheena? Or Lance and Lauren, maybe. Okay, there's some possibilities. If it's a man and woman couple, or well, pairing. We'll see. Need more information yet again. Looks like we got the boot again. With Lance safe, the focus on the investigation will shift solely onto the murder. You mean the infighting between the kidnappers? Ah, infighting, huh? Yeah. And also the identity of the remaining killer. Miles, my boy. There's not a right voice for him, but it's gonna sick. Tell me it's true. Tell me you've really found my boy. Yes, Mr. Romano. We found him earlier in the stadium. Then my little Lance is unhurt? It's a very interesting outfit. He's not exactly the picture of health, but his life is not in danger. He is being questioned right now by Agent Lang. Oh, poor Lance. It must have been so horrible for him. Locked up like a sov. Oh, I can move. Okay. Oh. I can't even logic right now. Yeah? Anything of interest? What is it, Kay? You look like you stumbled across something. I'm kind of confused by all the different events going on. First, there's a kidnapping, and then the co-conspirators of that end up in a murder? And Miss Oldback saw the crucial moment, but you and Miss Oldback are kind of... We do not need to investigate further into that last statement. Ah. Oh, Edgie-Pooooooo. Disregarding the fact of who it came from, the witness testimony was a mess. I don't think you had to disregard that fact, because that's how her testimonies always are. However, it did shed some light on the truth behind this case. 5:30, say it. Well, let's keep investigating and see what other types of people we run into, shall we? Probably wants me to talk to... Oh, wait. Supposed to be an Easter egg. Hey! Aw, that's adorable. They say that couples who cross this bridge together will find happiness. Or so the Gatewater Land pamphlet says. Huh. But you'd think they'd already be happy because they were able to come together. Logistics aside, I wonder who came up with this tale and when. This bridge doesn't look old enough to be the stuff of legends. Well, some things are better left uninvestigated, don't you think? Ignorance is bliss. Uh-huh. Yeah, there they are. Uh-huh. So great that Pearls is there too. But it's definitely a Maya and Phoenix. The ship is alive. Wait, they're on a ship and the ship's alive. To think they were but a hotel. Now they have their own safari park attraction. Talk about a veritable goulash of rides and attractions. With so many of them, you'd think they would have a ninja house. Like one of those buildings with a zillion secret places to hide in. Those are fun. Well, they don't. Hey, how can you be so sure? Oh, I know. I bet they really do have one, but it's hidden in real ninja fashion. Come on out, Ninja House. I know you're around here somewhere. A hidden ninja house. Next, she'll be looking for a lost pirate ship. That's so fun to see them. I mean, it kind of made sense. Stadium. Oh, we've been everywhere. Okay. Oh wait, that's the hotel! Damn. They got their own island too, apparently. That means they got hella rich. This man looks suspiciously like the recent chief. It is the chief! Aw, and he has his, what, niece? Daughter? Daughter or niece? Look at that lovely smile on the blue badger's face. Ah! It's looking at me. Make it stop. It's scary. It's alright, dear. You want to know something? I was the one who created the blue badger. See, look at his eyes. Don't they look just like Daddy's? It's scary. It's scary because they do look like yours, Daddy. Oh, man. That is kind of creepy. Not gonna lie. Well, that was rather depressing. I think I'd better leave the two of them alone. Oh. The creator of the blue badger. And the attraction too. Oh. Why is there a blue badger here too? Deathly allergic to him or something? It's not that. It's more the half smile on his face. It's really unsettling. She's disturbed by the half smile. I'm more disturbed by its movements and how it manages to obstruct an investigation. Yeah, that's typical of him. I want to see him one more time. Hey. Aw, adorable. Good luck, you two. Best wishes. Set of tire tracks originating from the garage. Aha! So that means a car left from the garage at some time, right? Correct. For the car to leave these tracks would mean that it left during the passing rain. Uh-huh. And that's the only explanation as to why these tracks are made of mud. Free treads. I think we can also safely assume it's a special type of car. Indeed we can. Damn. That's some strong line work. So this must be the blue Badger mobile that Officer Meekins was driving. You said it was stolen, didn't you? Don't tell me you were the one that stole it. What the heck are you talking about? I don't even have a license. It's illegal to drive a car without a license. A great thief doesn't break the law. Uh-huh. And this little girl has a very odd understanding of the word law. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, my model was stuck. Question mark? Or did it just freeze? Load app? There we go. Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Good work, officer. Hey, Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. I thought you wanted to talk to Mr. Mono and Mrs. Pops. I do. Perhaps I should start with them before I do anything else. Hell no. Ha! I've got you now, you vile criminals. I think the kidnappers would have been a better sense than to try hiding in me. Ah, that was a weird sense. Oh, come on. Lighten up, will you? I was only joking. I don't really think the criminals would be hiding in there. Right in front of two officers. I certainly hope not. Excuse me, but if you could, just let me through. Sorry, but I can't let anyone through. Agent Lang's orders. This impasse for now. Yeah, for me. Did I do him? Ah, see. Oh wait, I did definitely do him. Okay. Lance Mono. Miles, my boy. I can't thank you enough. It was nothing. I'm still in shock over what happened to Oliver. But I have to say I'm relieved that Lance is alright. It's a little too, like, old British man? Oh, that's right. I mustn't forget to pass this on to Lance as soon as the police are finished with it. Ah. A viola. Letter. Love triangle. What is it? Yandere stalker? Ah, the way Lance is being chased after by women reminds me of someone I know. I almost can't believe he received yet another love letter, you know. Here, take a look for yourself. This a breach of confidentiality. My dear Lansamon, may I come see you again? Your beloved Viola. It's a very simple love letter. Ah, simple, but very fucking eerie. Oh, hey, let me see. That's really weird. Tender lend. Hey, tender lender. No, no. Oh, well. He owes money to somebody, huh? Probably. What is it? Win through compromise? It's from a loan company. Tender lender. Looks like more like a collection bill to me. It sure is a collection bill. Okay. Fake Phoenix. Zenyopa. And some. Oh wait. He loves me. He loves me not. He loves me. He loves me not. Aw, that's the 12th one. No, you can't give up. Just one more try. Excuse me, but I can't help but feel a bit sorry for all the flowers you've gone through. I suppose if they were me, then... I believe you said that you are Lance's girlfriend when we first met, correct? Yes, I am, but... Oh! It's not like we both think of each other as lovers. But you did give me this ring, so I guess we're not just friends either. I mean... What up, Auntie? I saw the Easter egg, by the way, with Phoenix and Mai and the and Pearls in the boat. That was cute. Trying to figure out this case too, and I don't know. We have no real leads yet. Isn't any ordinary. It tastes so sweet when you lick it. Ah, it's so wonderful. What up, Alex? Welcome in, welcome in. You mean to tell me that he gave you a lollipop ring? Hell yeah. That's how you show true love. So which is it? Have you guys noticed? Not decided if you're going out, or is it just one-sided? Yeah, that's fair. There's been so many characters from the trilogy, so decided. Shouldn't the parties involved naturally just know? Also, I mean, I just got this lovely little letter from from the what's it called? The Amano dude. And yeah. Definitely not an Easter egg, but also it might be clued onto like what's actually happening too. Shouldn't the parties involved just naturally know? My father used to work for Mr. Amano, so Lance and I grew up together. I said it out loud. It is a little bit. Let me get through this conversation real quick. I don't see how that's anything to be embarrassed about. So your father was an employee of the Amano group. What did he do? When his job was to fly around the world. On Pegasus. Pegasus. Ooh, okay. On Pegasus was the name of the airplane. The airplane belonged to the company. You had me there for a second. But now, it's all changed. My father, he isn't around anymore. Oh, I see. About 10 years ago, he rode off in Pegasus. Off and never returned. It's been so long. I don't think I recognize him if we're ever to meet again. I'm so sorry, Lauren. But I won't give in to sadness. I have to live. Yes, Lauren, live. Okay. Anyway, about the case. We don't know anything is the thing. There they are. We know they're in well, they were in costume at some point. And then, other than that, all we really know is that one's a woman. Which led me to think maybe it could be these two. Or, like, as I started today, I thought it could be Lauren and, like, Lance as, like, a fake, like, they kidnapped, well, wait. Yeah, they kidnapped themselves, possibly. But I don't know. Yeah, there's too much unanswered questions. Anyway, back to Lauren. Yeah, it is also like complete speculation at this point about it just being a woman. So about this incident. But isn't the kidnapping already over and dealt with? I've been here the whole time, so I'm afraid I don't know much about any other incident. How did you come to know that Lance had been kidnapped? Ooh. Oh, that's because of my woman's intuition. I based everything on that. I know everything when it comes to Lance. It's really strange. It really must be destiny blood. Oh, she started fantasizing again. Oh, man. So what are we gonna do now, Mr. Edgeworth? We already established that there's a good chance that the killer is the other kidnapper. It's my duty to find out who this other person is. I believe there's one location that might hold a clue or two. What's isolation room? Like, I think I want to return to where we started, right? But is it isolation room or kidnapper's hideout? The obvious location is the kidnapper's hideout. But we're still not allowed in, right? Agent Lang and his men should be done with this area. In that case, there's no harm in asking the officer over there to let us in. Perfect. Sweet. Also, can I show my badge to you? Hey, you know what this is. It's a prosecutor's badge. I'm not a bad person, and I'm not out to seduce you. Come now, won't you tell me? No, you're showing that to, to lord over me with how much authority you have. Well, I will not be bullied. You should be ashamed of yourself, you evil man. How should I repent in order for this woman to talk to me? Aw. Also, she didn't say anything about this. Oh. Unfortunate, okay. It's destiny. Yep. Okay. At least he's trying to repent. I can see how you can miss the Easter egg too now, because I'm assuming it locks you in after you talk to this guy. What do you have to report? Sir, nothing unusual or out of the ordinary, sir. Where have I heard such redundancy before? Is it possible for you to let us take a look around inside? Sir, Roger, sir. That was surprisingly hassle-free. It was indeed. Aha. Are you certain? Didn't Agent Lang order you not to allow me in? Sir, that's true, sir, but... Detective Gumshoe asked me personally to let you in, sir. Gumshoe coming in clutch, as always. And I couldn't refuse a request from him. Ooh. Gumshoe's popular. Wow. Looks like Detective Gumshoe has a following. Furthermore, I was asked to give this document to you, sir. What is this? Oh? Gumshoe. Gumshoe is like literally the man that solves the cases, actually. Right hand. 5'8". Okay. Unknown after his escape from... Ooh, he went to prison. Stole a gun from a guard during his escape. We thought he might head for where his wife and sole daughter are, but despite our surveillance, he has yet to show up. Wait. It isn't Oliver Deacon, you're right. Or, well, different names. Isn't this Mr. Oliver Deacon? But the name here says Colin Devore. Oh, that's okay, my bad. That's the same name as the one on the back of the pendant. Uh-huh. Okay. A horse, and Lauren was talking about a Pegasus. And a long-lost father that went out to get milk. So, you know, it's possible. Here's that Colin Devore. What's his real name? What's this? Ooh, he was convicted in a case 10 years ago and sent to prison. What? Then what was he doing here? Apparently he broke out of a jail and then just vanished. Uh-huh. Okay, he must have become Oliver Deacon to cover up the fact that he was an escaped felon. Okay. Now I'm not sure what's going on anymore. Oh. There's some sort of link between the victims. Past and this current case. These police documents are rather detailed. They sure are. I should take the time to give them a thorough read eventually. That's fine. Let's focus on one thing at a time, starting with the kidnapper's hideout. Yeah, I agree. We should investigate first, think later. More than thinking things through, I think you should try to remember things first. Now then, if you could please unlock the door, officer. It was locked up a little while ago, but since then, the door's been wide open, sir. Ooh. I'm not sure I follow what it is you're saying. Care to explain a bit more in detail? Sir, the door was locked down tight when they went to check out the room. So they got about 10 officers to help out and break the door down, sir. I see. Okay. Guess that means I get Agent Lang's leftovers. Well, let's see what we find. Uh-huh. Okay. This might be like some of the final pieces of the puzzle. Yep, definitely see that at the bottom. So this is where the kidnappers planned their foul deed. While you were tied up for a while in the room next door. Hehe. Hey, please, must you bring that up again? Now then, down to business. There might be some sort of some clues left in this room. Uh-huh. Let's try to find out what we can do to the other kidnapper's identity. Alright, well, Lauren is suddenly a lot more suspicious. Because of the call endeavor, eh? Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's almost apparent. I mean, I don't know for sure yet, but it's almost apparent that he has to be the father, unless, like, it's a weird thing to bring up. And then, how's that connect to her wanting to murder him, though? Yeah, for sure. Okay. Look. This is where we were trading. Okay. Hey, there's a trapdoor in this room, too. Ooh, there's even something down there. It's not a trapdoor, it's an entrance to an underground passage, Kay. I know that. The door leading to the outside world was locked. So Lance must have escaped his prison through here. Oh man. I don't remember. Wait. Did this door have a lock on it last time? Forced it wide up. Oh, I guess we couldn't have seen it. Okay. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. I was like, I didn't remember seeing this, but I think it could have been blocked, so that makes sense. This panel that hid the entrance to the underground is propped up and wide open. Careful of where you step. Was that Kay that was speaking? I only fell into the other opening once, you know. Uh-huh. Some salon barrels yet again. Oh, they have barrels like these just outside. Yes, and... Well, I know I already asked you when we were out there, but if these were real, where would you put them? What would you put in them? There's an expectant gleam in her eyes that I'm about to dash. It's water. Hate to say it. That doorknob handle thing is looking pretty beat up. I suppose that's what happens when 10 officers break their way in with brute force. Hey, that's odd. The lock on this is completely fine. Look, not a single dent. That's because it was held in place by a sword. Ooh. Wait, no, that was a sword that beat me up. That's the sword that whacked me, okay. How did they leave then? But how is that possible after what that officer told us? Yeah, if the lock had been in use when the door was busted down, then the lock itself should be completely wrecked. So the lock in the door leading to the outside is undamaged. How can that be? Looks like a sword. A broken sword. Oh. Thank you. My bad. Strange. Why would it be broken like that? Okay. Wait, is that the sword? Now it looks different. Swords don't usually break on their own. That's true. Alright then, let's think about it this way. Maybe it broke when someone was trying to use it or on something. Hypotheticals aren't going to get us anywhere. Perhaps we should think more on this later. Can easily logic that out, especially from where it's at. Oh. Unused folding. Was the mirror there too, or is that also something we just couldn't see? Maybe. Lean against the wall in their folded state. However, whoever lined these up did it perfectly. Oh, they're not even a single hair off. I'd feel bad using these because it'd be like stealing the perfection away. I suspect it's more like you wouldn't want to be the one to put them away. Hey. Watch out, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a broken mirror. This probably came from the haunted house. Why is this here? Are they planning to repair it? It's true, actually. Huh. Photo rally. A sign advertising the photo rally. Something I absolutely have no interest in. Yeah, but I do. And I'm going to get my hands on the rest of the Badger family. You'll see. Hell yeah. She definitely brings a decidedly different atmosphere to criminal investigation. She sure does. I won't rest and oh. Okay. Ooh, not all the folding chairs. Folding chairs, and by the looks of it, they were probably used by the kidnappers. Ooh, there's 3 seats, actually. Aha. And, okay. There are 3 chairs set around the table. It's very likely the kidnappers sat at these. Okay. So the 2 kidnappers and Lance, right? But if that's true, and this scene is true, then that means they were kind of just relaxing, right? Cheap styrofoam cups. Looks like only 3 cups were used. For today. It's interesting that there's 3 cups and 3 seats for a supposed kidnapping. Poster of Gatewater Land is stuck on this wall. Intrigue, fun, prestige. Gatewater Land has it all, and it's waiting for you. It's not especially catchy, is it? I wonder what this key is to. You got me. It reminds me of the key we found in the other room. That's it. That must be the key for one of those trapdoors. That wasn't a trapdoor. You can only call it one because you quite literally jumped into it. Hey! But isn't that what you were supposed to do when you see one? I am not having this conversation with you. Beyond this door is where the kidnappers held you after getting the jump on you. Must you keep reminding me? But it's the room where I got to see your awesome no-face. You didn't need to remind me of that mortifying moment either. Alright. And the big reveal. This must be where they dispose of old and worn-out costumes. I don't think they're old and worn out. That's so sad. It would seem that they throw the costumes away in pieces. Ooh, okay. So that is where they throw them away. And that means the second Bad Badger is out of the thing. So we're looking for... Pink Badger is accounted for. One of the Bad Badgers. One of the... whatchamacallits. Blue Badgers with Meekins. 4? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 left to account for. We still haven't seen. It is possible that it is the other head too. Okay. What you got for me, Kay? Kidnapper's hiding. So, this is the room next to the one where we were held visitors. You know, I took a peek in here through the door from the other room. As did I, Kay. Anyway, if this room was truly the kidnapper's hideout, then that means there should be some clues to their identities here, right? I don't know if there are. However, the probability is quite high. I believe a thorough coming of this room is necessary. Indeed it is. That's why I did it. We're leaning outside in broken prop sword. Obvious. It's a bit strange that the police had to force their way into an unlocked room. One look at the pristine door lock, and anyone can see that it was not in use at the time. But the policeman outside said that it took 10 men to get open, so... Oh. Door that was locked tight, despite it not locked at all. It can only be because of this. Oh, you mean? Yes, it was used to jam the door. Here, take a look at the door handle. You see how the handle is completely destroyed. So that's how the sword broke. Uh-huh. Okay. So 3 people relaxing. And the common denominator between the cups and the folding chairs is the number 3. Speaking of which, the number of missing costumes is also 3. 1. What's it called? Wendy. Meekins. This one's gone. So there's these 4. Have we... Oh, wait. I think one of them's out there. Where's the proto-badgers, actually? Wait. But I thought there were only 2 kidnappers. Indeed. Something isn't adding up. Literally. Is it possible there's a 3rd kidnapper that Lance didn't see? I thought that we might uncover the true identity of the kidnappers. But instead, we've only uncovered more questions that need to be answered. Alright. That's creepy. Ah! What is it? Well, well, Mr. Edgeworth, am I correct? What are you doing suddenly popping out of the secret entrance like that? This is an underground passage used by staff members, sir. We badgers also make use of it in our duties. Look, why don't you get out of there first and then we'll talk, okay? I beg your pardon, miss. Proto-badger get. Alright, only one more to go. What are you getting all excited about? Did you forget? The photo rally, duh. See, look, now all I have to do is get a picture of the bad badger and I'm done. Ah, yes, I vaguely recall a contest or something of that sort. Don't let him wander away. Oh, what? It's gone. But where did it go? Huh, what happened? What's wrong? Badge costume is missing, sir. Oh, is that all? We're kind of well aware of that. Well, it's missing because the kidnappers stole it. I heard about how they were stolen, but they said that only 3 of the costumes had been taken. See? There are 4 unaccounted for. Thank you, Rose. What? Is he saying that more than 3 of them are gone? Well, Edgeworth can't do basic math. Mr. Proto Badger, please tell me a little more about these costumes you use. Man. I gotta remember that these games are, well, they're good about covering their bases on, like, inconsistencies for this. What did you mean by a bad badger costume is missing? Why, just what I said, sir. We are 1 bad badger short. Counting the spares, we have 2 of each costume on hand. 2 of each costume on hand at all times. Okay, so because one of them is walking around in the park, the other should be in that room. Actually, both of them should be in that room. Huh? What do you mean? Normally, we don't use the bad badger's costumes. In fact, we only use them during a certain event at a set time each day. It's the stage show where the bad badger wreaks havoc around the park. That's pretty cute. And the other badges must work together to apprehend him, sir. I'm speechless that such a show exists. Pretty likely. Pretty theme park. Something likely to happen at a theme park. Well, sir, I was just trying to explain to you the only time we use that costume. Then, doesn't that make it near impossible to take a picture of the bad badger? Personally, I can't believe that it's this close to showtime and there's no costume. Oh dear, what am I to do, sir? All this basically means is that the kidnappers stole 4 costumes in total. Thank you, we finally got there. Then, are you saying that there are 4 kidnappers? No, I don't think that's very likely. Oh? Recall the costumes for a minute. The stolen ones, you mean? What proves that a 4th kidnapper does not exist? It's gotta be the hat, right? I mean, this is the only difference, but... Huh. I'm gonna try this. I don't know why, though. You had 4 people and you wanted to steal the 4th costume. Wouldn't you naturally go for the full set and steal the pink badger costume instead? True, but not necessarily a requirement. Yeah, that makes sense. And yet, the kidnappers decided to steal another bad badger. I believe the culprits needed 2 bad badger costumes, but the question is why? Where's the other costume? Isn't it in the... Isn't it binned right now? Yeah. Like... Okay. Second bad badger costume. I believe it may be closer at hand than we think. What do you mean? That costume in the trash. Wouldn't you say that it's wearing some very telltale pants? Hey, you're right. Let's get it out of there and take a look. As I suspected, it's a bad badger costume. With a hole in the hand, though. Why would you have a hole in the hand? Why would you have a hole in the hand? Why would you have a hole in the hand? Uh, the shooter, maybe? But, like, the gun... the gun recoil or whatever? Or is it like an old Western pistol where, like, if you... I don't know why it has... Oh, wait. He has a gun. Okay. Hmm. With a gun. Well, minus the head. I won't rest until I've inspected every nook and cranny. I wonder why this bad bastard's costume right hand is torn up like that. Maybe it's a flesh wound from a fight with the blue badger. I always knew the blue badger was one ferocious beast. I somehow doubt that even real badgers are as bloodthirsty as that, Kay. Alright. Oh, look! Its hand is hurt. Looks more like something was ripped off of it. Oh, okay. The gun's attached to the thing, the costume. Oh wait, I can't deduce this. Is this spot somehow connected to any evidence I hold? Eureka! The Blue Badger Bible. Eureka! I believe what we have here is an inconsistency. Between what? Look carefully. Our costume is not holding something in its right hand that it should be. Okay, this is the one that was used for the murder then, because it was an actual gun they were holding. Okay. Oh, the gun. Precisely. The Bad Badger was designed to always hold a gun in his right hand. However, you there, did you remove the gun from this Bad Badger's right hand? No, I did not, sir. The gun is supposed to be securely attached to the costume. As I thought. The rip itself confirms my hypothesis that the gun was forcibly removed. Mr. Proto-Badger, the gun is, of course, not a functioning weapon, correct? Absolutely not, sir. It's just a model gun. However, it can fire blanks. That's already really fucking far for a gun in a theme park. We need to use them for the stage show. It seems that our kidnappers also had a need for the model gun, my dear costume friend. Somebody that calls him Sir, though. Who calls him Sir? Was ripped from the Bad Badger costume. It's capable of firing blanks. Alright. I think we're about done with this room. So what's next? Well, we found a few answers. But there are still a few things left that we have to ask a certain person about. Let's go, Kay. Look at that. Truly the assistant now. Mr. Edgeworth, sir. You gotta hurry, sir. Come on. What is it, detective? They found a Blue Badger costume down in front of the main gate, sir. What? Isn't that one of the kidnappers? What one of the kidnappers was wearing? Bingo. That's why you gotta come to the main gate with me right now. If we hurry, we still might be able to get there before Wolfboy does, sir. Alright, let's make haste to the main gate. Damn, that was a really short section. There we go. Mid-Latter. Final confrontation. Alright. Where's the costume, Detective Gumshoe? Just on the other side of the fountain, sir. Uh-huh. An empty costume. With, Pegasus wings. Pegasus wings, same pendant. Is it a two-piece set then? Oh, I can examine it. Wait, oh, never mind. I mean, it says Colin Deveray on the back. The name Colin Deveray is engraved here. Really admire people who carve their own names into a pendant. Oh, and why would that be? You have no imagination, Mr. Edgeworth. And did you ever think that maybe people want to have their loved ones always nearby? It's not as if I have a wedding band, and I have no interest in accessorizing. I suppose. Anyway, you know what? More than wearing flashy accessories, I'd rather be engraving my name into every treasure I can find all around the world. Sign of affection is one thing, but blatant vandalizing is a bit different. I wouldn't call this a Pegasus, so thing. Shaped like a horse. It's got a real dignified look on its face. That makes it worth all the more. Oh no, Mr. Edgeworth. What did you find? An important piece of evidence. This is made of platinum silver. That makes this thing super valuable. Uh-huh. I think I went through this before. Never wanted to steal from a jewelry store before. Ah. She's a very strange thief. And she hasn't stolen anything. No. It was discovered in the tall grass back there, sir. We moved it out here in order to examine it more thoroughly. Then let's get down to it. I won't rest. God damn it. I won't rest until I've inspected every inch and corner. This headpiece. This must be the Blue Badger Officer Meekins crossed paths with. Oh, the nerve of someone throwing a Blue Badger away like that. I worked so hard to create this character. It's like my baby. How could someone do this, sir? How? Detective, how about channeling your anger towards finding the culprits? Good idea. No, wait. Wait until I get my hands on. So, who are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Why don't you try figuring it out yourself for a change? It's the Blue Badger's body section. What a waste. How so? Going through all the trouble to steal this costume only to throw it away in the end. A real thief wouldn't do such a thing. Nope, no way. I wouldn't think a real thief would steal something so gaudy to begin with. Ah, that is debatable. What do we have here? So this is a separate pendant, though. Like a two-piece pendant. Uh-huh. There's gonna be something Deveray. Lauren Deveray? Uh-huh. Maybe? Oh, it's another pendant. That's two treasures in one day. How lucky is that? And hey, this pretty baby's made of platinum silver too. Another pendant on top of the one we found on Mr. Deacon. Is it possible that these two... Hold it right there. Hands off, Mr. Prosecutor. You sure know how to cross the line, don't you? A pendant, huh? This is a very decisive piece of evidence. How can you tell? Look here and read off what you see. Well, I fucking called it. Okay. Lauren. She was aware. She's connected to... Is that reason to kill him though? She was obviously involved. I don't think he was completely uninvolved either. A fake kidnapping, probably, maybe? Why would they murder, though? That's what I'm trying to figure out now. Why would they murder? Hey, it's a name that's engraved on this. Lauren D is engraved on the back. Okay, if flat out saying Miss Pops' pendant data join doesn't help. Oh, okay. Aha! We have you now, Miss Kidnapper. No, you don't understand. Lolly, I can't believe you were one of my kidnappers. Lance. You're kidding. Miss Pops was one of the kidnappers? Yes. It was me. I held Lance hostage. So, Miss Pops is one of the kidnappers, huh? But even knowing that, I can't call this case solved or over. Thank you, Edgeworth. Hey, guys, case closed. Get the car ready. I mean the special one for this young lady.
Hold it!
Again, Mr. Prosecutor, what is it this time? Are you proposing that Miss Pops is also the culprit in the murder case? What happened? I thought Officer Meekins was your suspect. We found it. Found what? That officer's gun. He literally dropped it in the middle of a thick patch of grass. Your country's police are a shame. Just look at how careless they are. You're not wrong. Also, that's it is issued to precedent, people. It's strange that this is coming up again. Hey, who are you calling a sham? The officer's gun didn't show signs of having been fired, so it can't be the murder weapon. So Officer Meekins has been cleared of all charges, I see. And that's when a brand new suspect comes walking onto the scene. The murder only happened because the kidnappers started fighting amongst themselves. I don't believe that's fully true. As I recall, it was you who said that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? Got me there. Miss Pops, did you really kill Mr. Deacon? Yes, I killed him. I can't believe it. Thanks for the confession.
Objection!
Agent Lang, I believe it's much too early to declare this case closed. Look at you, so sure of yourself. You've got the culprit's own confession and some very incriminating evidence. What more could you ask for? Miss Lauren Pops. Yes, I want to hear it from you. Tell me your side of all that has happened today, from the kidnapping to the murder. But why? I am a kidnapper and a killer. Isn't that an... okay, well... not the hairstyle change. That's life-threatening. She does have very nice hair, though, so I can see it. It's fine if you're the one behind everything, but only if that is the truth. Huh? Now then, will you tell us the truth? Or is there some reason why you can't? Like, I've had a change of heart. I think I'd enjoy seeing you sulk away as a losing mutt. Alright, you heard me. Let's hear about all the evil deeds you committed today. So I think I am correct, and it was a setup. I don't know why they murdered the father, though. Why would you murder the one who came up with the kidnapping plan was the butler, Mr. Deacon. Oh, we knew that we could get rich by holding Lance hostage. Yeah? I don't think that's how this played out. Mr. Amano would pay anything to get his son back, after all. Everything was going according to plan, but as soon as we got the money, Mr. Deacon turned on me and tried to kill me. That definitely wouldn't happen. There, are you satisfied? She just confessed to her crimes a second time. Sir, I have a cross-examination. I have a right to a cross-examination. At least you have the guts to admit what you've done. I can at least respect that much. Miss Pops, is what you said really the truth? Yes, it is. If that is the truth, it certainly isn't the whole truth. Because there's something that seems a bit too improbable in her confession. Rebuttal. I'm oppressor. Can't verify that. How well did you know the victim? I've spoken with them only a few times at Lance's house. A few times, that's it. Yes. They only met a few times. I don't see how they could have trusted each other. But if you hardly ever talked, then how could he trust you not to steal his plan? Not so fast! Not so fast! That's completely irrelevant. He was planning to betray her from the very beginning. Which is why he chose someone he wasn't especially close to. Isn't that right, Sheena? Yes. However, Miss Deacon made a very poor choice. In the end, he was killed by the one he intended to betray himself. Ha! I bet he didn't see that one coming. You know what? It might not be entirely untrue. A triple cross, or well, a double cross, where they planned to murder, or well, kidnap Lance, but then Lance found out, and then Lance turned it around. Lance and Lauren, as lovers, turned it around, but I don't think that's accurate either. We knew that we could get rich by holding Lance hostage. You knew. How did you know something like that? Oh no. What should I do? Okay, what's wrong with her now? Come on, isn't it obvious? You're making your scary face again, that's why don't you try asking her in a nicer, more gentle way? No, stop it, Lauren. You're always like this. You always fall for the stern-looking one. That's why you'll always be unhappy. Or maybe that's it. She's been bewitched by your icy glare. Yet another one falls beneath Jennifer's icy glare. Mind your own business, Kay. Now then, Miss Pops, let's continue with your testament. Oh, yes, of course. Hold it! Pay anything. Why did you believe that? Anyone who knows Mr. Amano would think the same. I bet Lance is that old man's greatest treasure. Aww. You know, there's plot points about that in other games and stuff. I suppose he would be a doting father like Mr. Amano. I always figured that it was too, and I was always envious of Lance for it. Oh, because your dad's... I got this pendant from my father. And I believe that as long as I have this, I'll find my father again someday. He'll welcome me into his arms, riding on the back of a Pegasus. That pendant, she must truly believe it to be the wings of Pegasus. Everything was going according to plan, but as soon as we got the money...
Hold it!
You mind telling us a little about the plan itself? Well, first, we captured Lance. Oh, how did you do that? Well... Mr. Deacon did that on his own, so... I don't quite know. Why were you involved, then? Bah. And here I thought you knew how to steal people away. I shudder to think what she would do with such knowledge. Sorry, I really don't know, but somehow Mr. Deacon was able to contain it. All we had to do after was wait for the ransom to be paid, but Mr. Deacon turned on me and tried to kill me.
Hold it!
Uh-huh. Why do you think he did? I have no idea, but maybe he had planned on doing so from the very beginning. Miss Pops. Aww. Wait, Mr. Deacon planned to kill Miss Pops from the very beginning. Was that ever really likely to happen? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? I'm sorry, but I don't think what you just claimed is all that likely. Huh? I don't think Mr. Deacon would ever have ever been capable of killing you. But why? We were total strangers. It's not uncommon for people to kill each other over money. Miss Pops, you really are clueless, aren't you? Oh, what do you mean? You never knew what your role in the kidnapping was, nor do you know who you really are. But I do, and I can show you with this piece of evidence. This proves that Mr. Deacon wouldn't have been able to bring himself to kill Miss Pops.
Take that!
Why are you showing this to me?
So what about the pendant?
This horse pendant, along with this piece of evidence, shows who you really are.
Take that!
It's gotta be the pair. These two pendants resemble each other. Wouldn't you agree? Hey, you're right. They're the same color and they're even made of the same material. I believe that these two pendants are actually one. Huh? Shall we give it a try? Wow, it's totally Pegasus. But why? Why does my pendant match up with Mr. Deacon's? You're a smart lady. I'm sure you can imagine why that might be. What? No, that can't be.
So the two make a set. Heh, it's just another trinket. It's not as though this changes anything.
You lack imagination, Agent Lang. Very well, I'll show you with this evidence. This is the piece of evidence that gives meaning to the Pegasus pendants. A random letter we received from Gumshoe. Gives the Pegasus meaning. There's a name on the back, Colin Deveray. It's gotta be this. Oliver Deacon was just an alias for this man. His real name was Colin Deveray, the name that was etched on the horse pendant.
What? An alias?
I suppose he had to hide the fact that he was a felon somehow in order to live. And it makes sense given what is written in Mr. Deveray's dossier. But what I really wanted to point out was this. This specific section is what revealed the true meaning behind those pendants. It's got to be the sole daughter, right? Sole daughter. Mr. Devery had one daughter, and her name is Lauren Pops. That's a lie. That person was not my father. He couldn't come out and tell you it was your father because he was in hiding. However, I believe he was trying to secretly watch over you. Uh-huh. You still believe that a man like that could kill the daughter he was separated from? Or even that such a man would allow his daughter to get involved in a kidnapping plot?
Not so fast!
Not so fast. Ha 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 ha. And what is so funny, Agent Lane? You're good at making things up in your head and deciding it's the truth, aren't you? What are you trying to say? I should have said right back at you. You're thinking it's much too innocent. After all, I've thought of another possibility. Is that so? Well, let's hear it. It's true. Family love is not always a thing that happens, you know. I'll grant you that the two of them are father and daughter. But isn't it possible that they both knew that fact? It was no coincidence that the reunited pair became involved in the House of Amano. And the two of them made good use of their meetings to play this little kidnapping. Now, wouldn't you say my scenario is perfectly probable as well? Indeed it is. So this is his version of how things might have been. You don't have any proof that they didn't know their true relationship, right? Isn't it possible that they both knew the facts? I think that might be right, actually. And you're saying that the two of them committed the kidnapping together? That's right. As one really rotten family. Is that really what happened? I'd better take a long, hard look at the evidence. I'ma press him. Another possibility.
Hold it!
Huh, precisely. And what father would ever willingly kill his own daughter? Look. In a nice world, you're not wrong. But,
Not so fast!
I've seen a lot of things in my travels. And I can tell that you being related by blood is something times proof of nothing. They both knew the facts. You think they knew? Yeah. I don't think only the victim knew. I think the girl realized it as well. They both knew who the other person was, but they had to pretend that they didn't. Because he was on the lam. You got it. The victim couldn't exactly go around flaunting who he was. Furthermore, it's no coincidence that they were a reunited pair. Is kind of strange. One was a butler, and one was as a friend of the son, you mean? They probably thought that was their best shot. Is that what you honestly believe? Of course. Good use of their meetings to plan this little kidnap. I don't think this is right either. You mean how they plotted to commit this crime as blood relatives? Can you think of a better partner? They're certainly a clever pair. The butler and the girlfriend. No one would ever suspect that they were, in fact, family. Yes, from the very beginning, they painstakingly practiced those roles well. When you say my scenario is perfectly probable as well.
Hold it!
I believe you're being a bit too overconfident for someone with no evidence. Am I? Because I don't see you presenting any evidence to the contrary. Without evidence, we're stuck in a stalemate. Agent Lang isn't wrong. This scenario is certainly a probable one. You better hurry up and do something, or Lauren's gonna wind up looking really bad. I know, but first things first. Is Agent Lang's line of logic factually correct? This is a crime really committed by the two of them. By this father-daughter pair. Their meetings. Their meetings. How do we... Ooh. Their meetings, huh? Has to be evidence, okay. How do I contradict this? Actually, this is like the first one where I don't really know yet, huh? Yeah? Isn't it possible that they both knew that fact? Yeah? No coincidence. Whereabouts unknown. Still a gun. From a guard during his escape. We thought he might head where his wife. Despite our surveillance, he is yet to show up. I think this is a contradiction, because they never met, right?
Objection!
Flaw. You sure it's not your eyes that are flawed? Talk to me again when you can see straight.
Alright, well. The two of them made good use of their meetings. How do I say... I don't think they talked a lot, though, right? That's not relevant yet. Has to be something from... It's gotta be this letter, right? Edent prison. Is it this one? I don't fucking know.
Knock him back!
What's he saying this time? About this piece of evidence. Long G says, confidence is like a soul, and words without confidence are but an empty shell. You shouldn't waste your breath on words you have no confidence in, Mr. Prosecutor. Although, it's just as bad to say something in full confidence and be wrong. Are you going to let him lecture you about your self-confidence like that? I don't need to be overflowing with self-confidence. I just need to think rationally. After all, I only need to be confident in the facts. Maybe it was the final statement. Fuck, dude. Now is it the letter for the final? I can't think of anything. Fuck, dude, okay. How can we prove that this isn't right is the thing. How do we know they? Oh, Oliver Deacon. Pending autopsy. Lack of blood around the body suggests the victim was killed elsewhere and then moved, which implies that there should be evidence of blood at the real murder site. Yes. Uh-huh. It's unrelated, though. What? I don't think I have an answer yet. Okay, maybe it is the,
Hold it!
Nope.
Not so fast!
Yeah. Isn't it possible they both knew that fact? Is it this one? No, because she changed her name. Right?
Objection!
Fuck, dude, I don't know. Well. She changed her name. No? Fuck, I don't know. No coincidence. The united pair became involved in the house of a mono. Butter surveillance. He's yet to show up. Is it this letter again? Fine, fine. I don't know the answer to this. Wow. I feel like we're missing something though too. I press everything. Do I press everything again? Okay. Yeah.
Hold it!
What is the button? One of the front of the sun, you mean?
Hold it!
Painstakingly practice those rolls well. Okay. What about the fine one again?
Hold it!
Father-daughter pair.
Hold it!
Wait, fuck. Has it gotta be the pendant then? They didn't know they were a pair or whatever? Also, I do realize that the imprints are a bit different, which means the imprints are fucking... what's it called? Potentially different? Is it the pendant?
Objection!
Fuck, no.
Hold it!
Fuck. I keep pressing the wrong button. Huh. Is this where we bring up the letter? Tender lender.
Objection!
Nope. Damn. Reunited pair became involved in the House of Mono. I think I did that letter, right?
Objection! Not so fast!
Okay, this one's the only one that's different here, at least. So this is the right. This has got to be the right. What's it called? How do we prove though?
Objection! Not so fast!
Alright, well, I'm gonna fucking. What's it called?
Long G says, you're wrong.
Became involved in the House of Mono. I don't know how they can conclude that. We're not even talking about that though. We have to talk about. Why would it be his body? It's not any of the pendants, and it's not fucking the letter. Like, none of the evidence I have currently makes sense. I don't think it's his body. Reunited pair became involved with House of Mono. Huh. No coincidence, no coincidence, no coincidence. How? Ah.
Objection!
Dare insult the courts. Okay, well. Scenario is perfectly probable as well.
Objection!
Fine. I'm just gonna have to try everything, I guess. I don't fucking know the answer to this.
Objection!
Do I need to examine the fucking pendant? Wait, let me check that. Uh-huh. Nice to see that even you can appreciate beauty. It's only talking about its shape, kid. Oh, is that what you're talking about? But you know, you're talking about wing shapes. I think the brooch on my scarf is way cooler. Sure is. That's not made of platinum silver, is it? It's handmade, okay? So I'm sorry that it's not made of the expensive stuff. She made that by herself. It's incredibly well crafted. Ooh, okay. Is there anything about this? Lauren D is engraved into this pendant. I see that. Okay, I should have fucking examined it. God damn it. Ah! I see that they wrote out her first name. But why just the D? Maybe it's the results of poor planning. I guess, but... well... at least, if I had to shorten my name, I could make it K. Faraday. That way, even if you just sounded it out, it'd still say the same. It'd still say my name, K. Faraday. I suppose if I had to do the same, I would also be abbreviated to M. Edgeworth. Hold on, I think you should abbreviate to as M.E. Get it? Haha. Who would have thought that this little pendant could stir up such a strange conversation? So, apparently, I was thinking... it's gotta be her pendant, right? Why the abbreviation?
Objection!
I'm gonna just fucking take hits, I guess, on everything.
Objection!
Okay. Huh. Oh. I don't know. No, that's not right either. Just try everything, I guess. It's gotta be your pendant, right? But I don't know. The facts are slipping me on this one.
Objection!
It's not that at all.
Objection!
What the hell's happening, bro? Well, I need to see the answer before I, like, explain. Because my thinking is fucking, what's it called? They couldn't talk to each other that much. And it's also a stretch of how they actually became reunited. Like, obviously he could have been watching her, but... I'm not entirely sure he's wrong, is the other thing. Can I get back out of this? No.
Objection! Not so fast!
My question is, why does this get a different thing, though? Uh-huh. That's not involved at all, though. Like, their profiles would be more important to fucking show as evidence, but... we're saying her real father is Deacon, okay. Lauren Pops is his daughter.
Objection!
Uh-huh. Guys, what are you waiting for? An engraved invitation? Take this young lady away. We still don't know the truth behind what happened. No, it's alright. Yeah. I failed. I don't know, dude. Fuck. I genuinely don't know the... Whoa! Thus, the truth was lost for all eternity. That's an interesting thing. Okay. I did save. But isn't it possible that the two both knew that fact?
Hold it!
You think they knew? Because they were offline. I don't think 9-year-old girl knowing. The pendants do make sense, but
Objection!
I don't fucking know, dude. Ah, why is this so hard?
Objection!
They didn't know because her name changed for some fucking reason.
Objection! Knock them back!
And it's just so you get this one, okay? I mean, true. I'll grant you that the two of them are father and daughter, yes. Yeah, I got no idea for this one. I've been fucking stumped. Like, It's no coincidence that the reunited pair became involved in the House of Amano. And the two of them made good use of their meetings to plan this little kidnapping. My train of thought is that they couldn't really talk to each other, though. Yeah, pretty much. I do press everything every time, but I'm not coming up with an answer for this one. I don't know why. Was it really committed by the two of them? And press again.
Knock them back!
Possibly the two knew the facts. Like, this is about the pendant also being a lot different initial, like different stamped differently is weird, but
Hold it!
that's probably fair.
Hold it!
Up till this point, huh? Yeah. I was thinking it was the pendants, but I think I've tried like mostly the pendant. The profiles, yeah. I mean, was separated from his daughter. And yeah, separated from her real father, Deacon. I don't think any of the other ones changed. Like, I understand that they were separated. Maybe it is just, what's it called? So I was trying to press this letter on everything.
Objection!
No. I mean, maybe they aren't, like, actually father and daughter, but,
Objection! Not so fast!
no. Well, the profiles, huh? Is it really about the fucking costumes? That's okay. Okay. The pair of the. The United pair became involved in the House of Mono. We're hinting off pair then. Oh, it's because of the extra costume stolen. How do I say extra costume stolen? I don't know, this then? Maybe?
Objection!
No.
Not so fast!
It's about the costumes. This is kind of a dumb answer then, though I feel like. I need to hear an explanation for it though.
Objection! Not so fast!
Yeah. Oh. Good thing safe scumming's a thing. It's the two of them. Well, how do I say, yeah. How do I say there's extra people though now? Just the Badger family?
Objection!
Nope. Oh, well, I died. Unfortunate. This one. This one's kind of dumb, because this isn't at all what we're talking about, and he just pulls the pair thing out. It's gotta be this one, right? Or no? Huh. Wow. Like, you don't even have any evidence that's, like, firmly says there's multiple people either. I mean, which we know is true, but... fine. Is it actually the head? Or is it this?
Objection!
It's not the head, okay. Two of them. I think this is the last one, right? Really? Oh, it's... I'm an idiot. Okay, the evidence was on me, for sure, but... the evidence is on me, but the answer is stupid, too. This kidnapping wasn't planned by just two people alone. And what kind of proof do you have? And what kind of proof do you have of that? Quite simply, there were 3 kidnappers. Man, I should read things. 3? Yep. 4 costumes were stolen from the Wild Wild West area's background. Yeah, that one was annoying, because they were talking about fucking... What's it called? They were trying to connect how Lauren and Colin were connected, and they put a fucking... They put the pendants in to, like, mislead you. So, and it's also talking about the past, so you're assuming it's something related past-wise, not fucking costume-wise. Oh my god. Alright, you got me, game. Because, yeah, my initial assumption is that we're talking about the past, not about the current case. But, you know, whatever. But as for the other 3, we can assume they were being worn by 3 different people. Oh, the Bad Badger was okay. We also found a set of 3 cups and 3 folding chairs that were used in the hideout. It all clearly points to a 3-man group. Yes. And I believe this 3rd person is the real mastermind behind the kidnapping. Uh-huh.
Who is the mastermind?
I present to you the brains behind the kidnapping. I'm almost certain this has to be Lance, right?
Take that!
Yep. Hey, at least I'm so smart in some ways.
Lance Amano.
Yes, this abduction was in fact schemed up by Lance himself. Recall what he said when he appeared before us. Did you see the faces of your kidnappers? No, I didn't see their faces, but 2. One was a woman. That is the hint I went off of, so... Because deducting it down to a woman basically puts it as Sheena or fucking Lauren, and it was like... Lauren ended up being hella suspicious, so... However, there were 3 kidnappers, which is in direct contradiction to what he said. It's also true. But... I know I only saw 2 people. Well, at least he's done.
This guy was being held hostage. It's possible he couldn't see all 3 of them.
Yes. About when you were being held. I have my doubts about what happened then. Lance, would you mind telling us what happened while you were being held captive? I really don't remember much anymore, honest. But if I don't tell you at least something, you won't believe me at all, will you? Lance's testimony. I was kidnapped yesterday morning. They had me shut in that room, blindfolded the entire time. He said I think he clearly said he saw him, though, right? But the kidnappers suddenly... He does have his daddy ears, yeah. I mentally made that note myself when I was looking at the profiles. Suddenly disappeared around the time I heard rain falling outside. My hands were cuffed, but it was a stroke of luck that they left me alone. I made my escape and ran away from that room. As fast as I could. Why was he peeking, too? Through the underground passage, I presume.
Are you okay?
Sorry, I really don't want to recall that horrible ordeal, but now you believe me, right? No, not quite. Ah! How can you not? Why do you look at me with icy daggers in your eyes?
Because he's a prosecutor. Because they're all like that.
I'll have you know, Agent Lang, a prosecutor's eyes are for discerning the truth. And should they be interpreted to be cruel at times, then so be it. There's a sticking point in Lance's testimony. Let's see what he offers up when I push a little. I'ma press him. Yesterday morning. Yeah, that's what I was. I wanted to do like well, it has to be a bit more raspy. I feel like because he's a wolf or whatever, and fucking he's fierce. You know, he's not a suave, cool dude like Godot. Which was like where I was initially going with it, but I was like, that's not right. You tell us about when you were abducted in a little more detail. It was a strange morning. I felt like I was right in the middle of a great calm. And where were you when you experienced this calm? Our family garden, of course. Where else could I have been? Well, excuse me for asking. Ah, this child is more princess than prince. Damn. I was out taking a walk to shake off the morning blah. Then, out of the blue, someone from behind clamps a hand over my mouth. Oh, you didn't see your attacker? They must have used some drug to knock me out. Because before I knew it, I was off in La La Land again. When I woke up, I was in the kidnapper's hideout, already all tied up. Shut in that room, blindfolded.
Hold it!
I mean, you can tell by voice, so his woman comment isn't entirely untrue yet. By that room, you mean the room in the kidnapper's hideout, correct? Yes, but I was blindfolded the whole time, so I didn't know that until I made my escape. And then you were in the same room as your kidnappers. They spoke in hushed tones, but I could catch bits of the conversation. It was definitely two people, and one of them was definitely a woman. I was so scared. I could tell they were nearby, so I didn't dare make a move. Time I heard rain falling outside. The kidnappers disappeared. The room fell into sudden silence. I had been left behind like an unwanted mutt. And what do you mean by unwanted mutt? What a pointless question. It's not like he's gonna tell you anything new, you know. It's a poetic simile. You should learn how to use them too. You may look refined on the outside. But it's no good if you're not refined on the inside as well. That man had the wind on his back. He had the wind with him. Struck a luck that they left me alone.
Hold it!
Then, those cuffs on your wrists. I suppose you are still cuffed in that case. I'm well aware of how I am chained to reality. I couldn't find the key, so I'm afraid that I'm stuck like this. Ooh. How did you fit into a costume, then? Even though I escaped from that jail cell, I will forever be a prisoner. I made my escape and ran away from that room as fast as I could. How did you manage to escape? I wanted to get out of there, but the door leading outside was locked. That's our contradiction, which is why I had to use the underground passage to make my escape. I remember our escape to be equally as hard. This is an invaluable piece of testimony. I mustn't let it go unexamined. You sure can't.
Hold it!
By underground passage, you mean the one the staff used to travel unnoticed. I suppose that's what's it for. But I didn't run into any staff members on my way out. Once I was up top, I was busy trying to find a member of the police. And that is when you found us congregated in the stadium, I suppose. Let me ask you then, how did you get a hold of the keys to the underground door? That was easy. It was hanging right there in the room on the wall. Huh. I do recall. Boy, that does bring back memories to our situation and how we made our escape. Indeed. And although the door in the floor of our room led to an underground room, the door in the floor of the room next door had a secret passage. A secret passageway under a theme park. Oh, just the sound of that makes... that sound just sounds like so much fun. I wonder, is there something off about the way Lance made his escape? There indeed is. Locked door? I think not. It's gotta be this, right? Objection! You say that the door leading out was locked, but was it really? Well, the cuffs fall off, and they're already too big for his hands anyway.
We're talking about that room behind the saloon door, right? Look, I heard that it took quite a few men to get that thing open, right, Sheena?
Yes, that's correct. And then take a look at this.
What is that? A sword?
It's not as especially reliable one as if it's broken like that. Allow me to start from the end. My conclusion is that the door was never locked. It was simply held shut by this sword, which was used to jam the handle.
Huh?
Lance, even though your hands were cuffed together, you could still use them. If that's the case, then why did you not just simply remove the sword and escape? Oh, why didn't I? I was disoriented, of course. Well, that's it. I didn't notice it. As if I should accept such a bold-faced lie. You locked yourself in that room because you had to make yourself look like the victim. But you did not, in fact, possess the key to the door. That is why you used the prop sword to improvise and create a prison of your very own.
Not so fast! Not so fast! You've been making this guy out to be one of the kidnappers for some time, huh? I wonder if you've forgotten something very important along the way.
And what would that be?
A motive. What else? Do you honestly think that an upright, pure boy like him would hatch up a completely pointless scheme, such as his kidnapping himself?
Objection!
As we said before, family means nothing. This proves that Lance did indeed have motive to commit this murder, or this crime.
Take that!
To put it simply, Lance has a very urgent need for money. This is hardly your typical love letter. It is in fact a collections bill. It appears our upstanding boy has accumulated quite a debt. Isn't that right, Lance? He does like the which hand is the coin in with the the handcuffs. Looks like it's hard being the son of a rich man too. It must be rough when you have to resort to stealing from your old man, huh? Alright, I give up. I abducted myself. Lance! Aww. It's over, lol. In this life, we really are bound to our fates after all. All I wanted was to go with you to a new town, somewhere where no one would know us. Aww. I wanted us to be well off with that 1 million. But now that dream is over. Oh, Lance. And then you are giving yourself up. Yes, I had planned to run away from this world with my lolly. Oliver even helped us with the plan, but then he had to go and stab us in the back. He turned on you. Maybe he didn't want to split the ransom money, that's my guess. It happened almost right after you made the drop-off. When we were alone, he attacked me all of a sudden. After a brief struggle, I was able to contain him and keep him under control. We left him inside that room as Lolly and I made our escape. We wore different costumes and split up. Lolly left first. That means that he catches up though and comes back. Left first in the Blue Badger costume. That would mean the person Officer Meekin saw was Miss Pops. But right then, the old man just had to wake up. I was careless, and he tackled me pretty hard from behind. Then, Oliver put on a bad badger costume, took the suitcase with $1 million and ran. I contacted Lolly right away and warned her that he had a gun. They had no idea they were related, so I thought that it could only end badly. I still don't believe it. That person was not my father. Because if he was, I just killed my own father. Ah, okay. Interesting. Lolly. Then it really was you. Oh, he was trying to cover for her. Was it really her? I could see it being a double agent thing where it was not my father. I mean, because at the stadium there was a bad badger pulling the suitcase with the $1 million in it. But that badger pointed his gun at me, aiming to shoot me dead. And that's why I used the gun I got from Lance. There was a gunshot. The other person crumpled to the ground, and I ran, scared for my life. I think the big picture's finally coming into focus, don't you? Yeah. Lolly, forgive me. She was a blue badger, though. Didn't think it would turn into something so frightening. If only I could have protected you. So, Miss Pops, she shot her own dad without even knowing who he really was. If what she says is true, you're saying she's lying? But why would she lie about something like that? What purpose would it serve? That is true. You would be surprised how often people lie without even realizing it themselves, Kay. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? What I mean is, listen very carefully to her confession once more, and you'll see. Oh? I think it's gotta be the contradiction with the gun and the fake gun. I'm a precedent.
Hold it!
So that means she didn't kill him. Which means it must have been Lance then? But, Please calm down and let's slowly talk this through. But all you have to do is simply tell us what happened at the stadium. Leave it to us to search out the truth. Can you do that for me? Alright, so at the stadium. A bad badger pulling the suitcase with the one pulling. What do you mean by pulling? That was the ransom. Oh! Gotcha. Wasn't it? Yes. That's how I was able to identify Mr. Deacon almost immediately. It was all thanks to what Lance told me. And what did he tell you? Well, he called me on my cell phone and told me that Mr. Deacon had betrayed us and had run off with the ransom money. And about how he had a gun. Pointing his gun at me, aiming to shoot me dead.
Hold it!
Were you able to clearly see the gun? No, she definitely had the real gun, I think, right? Yes.
I got a very good look at it while it was pointed at me. Oh, Father, why would you try to shoot me? Do you really think a father would shoot his own daughter, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't know. I don't want to believe it myself. But it's true. My father's left arm was... Ah, wait. Left arm was raised with a gun in it. Pointed straight at me. Oh, I'm about to die, I thought. Miss Pops, did you just say left-handed? Ah. Please calm down and take a deep breath. You know, this is oddly similar to a case Edgeworth went through, where a left-handed, right-handed thing came up as well. And then, would you allow me to please hear that last statement one more time? Yes, of course. Oh. In his left hand.
Hold it!
That's this. Are you certain? That life in danger, correct? Yes, I'm about to die, I thought. Oh.
Hold it!
That means she has a fake gun. You shot Mr. Deacon. Uh-huh. Miss Pops. Yes, I shot him. Ha ha ha! And that, as they say, is that. Agent Lang, Miss Pops is far from done. She hasn't even finished her testimony yet. You're going to continue questioning her? What a waste of time. Miss Pops, if you please. All right.
Hold it!
The other person crumbled and take off immediately following the gunshot. Yes. And you didn't attempt to approach the victim at all after he was shot. I was scared. I don't blame you. I would have done the exact same thing. Poor Miss Pops. What will become of her, Mr. Edgeworth? She seems to be telling the truth regarding what happened at the stadium. However, I don't believe it to be absolutely correct. Listen very carefully. Yep. The left-handed gun. It's impossible.
Objection!
Ah, my bad. Fine. It's this. It's capable of firing blanks. Wait, what? It isn't the left-handed gun? So you have something significant to add? Stuff that jab of yours in your mouth. Ugh. That's funny, actually. Let me save, I guess, real quick, because I don't want to do this. Pointed. Is it not this? It was a gunshot. The other person crumbled to the ground, and I ran, scared for my life.
Objection!
Take a good look. What about it? Mr. Edgeworth, sir. I don't think you pulled out the right piece of evidence. Ha ha ha! Wonderful subordinate you got there. Oh, fuck. Detective Gumshoe calling me out. Fine. It's gotta be about the gun, right? Or could it not be a bad badger?
Objection!
Oh, fuck. In his left hand, aiming to shoot me dead. Okay, I know what the contradiction is. Why isn't it let me doing this?
It is in his left hand. But the Badger's gun is, another thing, huh? The image with all the Badgers, the pamphlet? Yeah, I did this, I swear I did this.
Objection!
Yeah. Like, I know what the contradiction is, but it's not letting me have it. Huh. Pointing the gun in his left hand at me, aiming to shoot me dead. It might be the Bad Badger thing. My question is, why was the Bad Badger head left? The dossier. She showed you. Fuck. Well, man, this case is really throwing me in. The dossier. What is it? This? The photo rally? Oh. Upright, yeah. Stole a gun. Okay.
Objection!
That's so stupid, but okay, sure. I have here a dossier of your father. Yep. According... Okay, it was the left-handed, right-handed thing. My bad. I was trying to point out the more obvious thing of how he fucking has a gun in his left hand. My bad. Then... The person pointing a gun at you from atop the stage was not Mr. Deacon.
Not so fast!
Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. I think you need to take a refresher course. The Bad Badger has a model gun attached to his right hand. That's what I was saying, and it brings it up anyway. This is great. Which is why the only hand he could have held the real gun was with his left hand. Isn't it possible that it went down like that? Agent Lang, were you paying attention to what Miss Pops was saying? And then again, I suppose I can't expect someone who has never set foot in court to catch it. Enough with the smugness. Out with it already. Miss Pops told us earlier. There was a Bad Badger pulling a suitcase with the 1 million. According to you, the Bad Badger had the gun in his left hand. Which would mean that he was pulling the suitcase with his right hand. With no gun in it. Is that correct, Miss Pops? Yes, exactly. I'm sure it was the Bad Badger. It had those huge sunglasses on its face. But if that's the case, even I can see there's a huge contradiction. Yes. Miss Pops claims to have seen the Bad Badger. And yet the Bad Badger had both of his hands full. Uh-huh. These two pieces of evidence contradict each other, so one must be wrong. Both hands were occupied. Both are correct, I think, here. They are both correct.
Impossible. That just leaves us with an irresolvable contradiction.
Ah, well, Miss Pops' entire statement rests on the fact that she saw his sunglasses and beard. But what if that bad badger wasn't wearing pants on his lower half? Ah, this proves that there was a way for the bad badger to freely use both of his hands. The ripped. Or it could be they changed the hat.
Take
but-
that!
Fuck, okay. I knew it. What I saw was just a mirage. Wait, I can explain. The bad. Oh. Yes. It was the hat.
Take that!
The costumes have two parts to them, a head and a body. Oh, I get it now. The head, Miss Pops says, was probably really the head of the bad badger. However, it is not possible that the body was that of an entirely different badger.
Different badger.
Yes, or to put it more bluntly, I believe it was the lower half of this badger. The body of the bad badger, Miss. Ooh. I think it's gotta be wait. Miss Pops saw really belonged to this badger. It's obviously one of the blue ones. Hopefully. We actually didn't check the pink badger, so it could be that too. I think we stated she was in the blue badger, so it's gotta be Proto, right?
Take that!
What the heck is it? It's the Proto Badger. Yes, and it's a simple matter of process of elimination. Miss Pops was wearing the blue badger's costume, so we can eliminate that one. And the pink badger is the wrong color, which would have been incredibly obvious. All that is left is the Proto Badger's costume. Miss Pops, who was the one who wore the Proto Badger costume? That would be Lance.
Not so fast!
Are you saying what I think you are? That Lance Amano donned the bad badger's head and pretended to be Mr. Deacon. On top of which, he plotted to shoot Miss Pops while wearing that hideous thing.
The stage that was set up in the stadium was nothing more than that, a setup. Lance doesn't love the girl. And its purpose was to lead Miss Pops into believing she had committed murder. Standing there in front of Miss Pops and pretending to be the victim. It was all done so she would pull the trigger. I have no idea what you're talking about. And then she runs away, and then the real victim comes in. Why exactly would I have had to do all that, huh? There's but one reason, Lance Amano. You are the real culprit behind the murder of Mr. Oliver Deacon. What? No. That's slander. Take it back. You take it back right now. Just out of curiosity, Lance, what is your dominant hand? I'm left-handed. But what does that have to do with anything? It depends. According to Miss Pops, her attacker held a gun in his left
Not so
hand.
fast!
Ha! Who is what-handed doesn't prove a thing. And besides, now you're just being absurd. It's not like the Proto Badger is bulletproof. One misfire, and he would have found himself dead, right?
Objection!
Of course, logically, if he had been shot, he probably wouldn't be here with us. But I believe he had thought of that as well, and prepared accordingly. And this should be all the evidence you need. Now we get to bring up the gun. And this is how Lance made sure he wouldn't be hit by a bullet.
Take that!
We found one half of a bad badger costume at the hideout, a broken one. It was not the same one that the victim was wearing. Plus, it was missing something. And that something is a model gun that the bad badger carries, which can fire blanks.
What?
Uh-huh. Miss Pops, where's the gun you used now? I threw it away into the sea. That makes it a bit tough to verify what it was. Although I believe we can safely assume that it was the model gun in question.
Not so fast!
I've heard enough. All you've been spouting so far is pure conjecture.
I admit that as long as the model gun is lost to us, I can't prove I'm right. However, I can say that the probability that I am right is very high.
Okay, let's pretend that you're right, and that the murder at the stadium was fabricated. In that case, where do you think the murder really took place, Mr. Prosecutor?
I don't know yet.
Ha! I knew you were full of it.
However, I do believe that the murder took place during an earlier time frame. Please wait a sec. It's simply not possible. Because I saw Mr. Deacon after he was restrained by Lance. She saw the victim in the state of being restrained.
Ah, fuck.
I got 15 minutes. I gotta finish. I came back to the hideout long after the other two. By that time, Lance had already subdued and restrained Mr. Deacon. He had tied Mr. Deacon securely to the beam in the next room. After that, the two of us put our costumes on and made our escape.
So, Mr. Deacon must have escaped after the two of you and left, right?
Thought that I'd attract much more attention if we left together, so I left first. We planned to meet up again at the stage in the stadium. But then, as I was walking through the park, I got the call from Lance on my cell phone. Oliver managed to escape. It looked like he was waiting until I was alone. He also stole the gun from me at that time.
And then the murder happened. Mr. Deacon must have overheard their plan to meet up at the stage. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, Mr. Pops. Miss Pops saw the victim with their own eyes, which means that the victim was still alive at the time, wouldn't you agree?
And why does that sound wrong to me? There must be something amiss about this account. Let's see what happens when I examine it in more detail.
Alright.
Save really quickly. I gotta really hurry and finish this. I got raid, I gotta finish.
Hold it!
I'm still gonna press her though. When exactly did you arrive back at the hideout? It was after we had picked up the ransom money. And where were you up until after the time we returned? I was scouting the park out and making preparations for our escape. I walked around in the various areas looking for the best route. So each of them had their own rules to play. After I was done, I went back to the hideout.
Hold it!
Subdued and restrained. How did Lance look at the time? He looked shocked. He also looked a little down. When I saw the sadness in his eyes, thank you, that's enough for now. And what of Mr. Deacon? What was his situation like? In the next room. You're sure that it was Mr. Deacon that you saw? It was me. Yes, I'm certain of what I saw. And did you go into the other room to check? Lance said that it was best that I didn't get too close to him. Lance, he's such a kind soul. Then, are you telling me that you did not confirm it was Mr. Deacon yourself? I checked through the slit in the door that separates the two rooms. He had a bad badger's head on, so I'm absolutely sure. Did I have a hat on? I don't remember, fuck. And that just had to be Mr. Deacon. He saw a bad badger head.
Hold it!
So the tied-up Mr. Deacon was still in his bad badger costume. Yes, and it would appear that she misread the whole situation. What now? Should I raise an objection? The person you saw was not the victim. What? Why not? I will tell you why not. With this. This, Miss Pop, shows us the version you saw was not the victim. It's gotta be the hat, right?
Take that!
Yeah, Miss Pops. The person you saw was not Mr. Deacon at all. Huh? The person you actually saw was this person.
Miles Edgeworth, the one, the only.
It was me. Huh? The person I saw was you, Mr. Edgeworth. I always thought it was a bit odd. Why would the kidnappers abduct me, even after I handed over the ransom? Sweat, sweat, sweat. It's not as though I saw the face of the kidnappers. If I were them, I would have just taken the $1 million and ran. Money, what's up? We're at the very end of this. But in the end, there was a point to it all. It was to make me look like Mr. Deacon. And if that was the reason for which I was abducted, then I believe we can assume the victim was already dead at that time. Well, Lance, am I right? That's... You showed Miss Pops a person, namely me, with the Bad Badger's head on. Then made your costume to escape together, or so you pretended. I think we're at the conclusion here, but... Huh? What do you mean, pretended? Exactly that. I believe Lance watched you escape, and then doubled back to the hideout. Probably to come and remove the Bad Badger head from my unconscious self. I wasn't wearing a hat. And to create his fake prison with the prop sword, he then escaped via the passageway.
Hold your tongue, boy.
Don't get caught up in that tidal wave of words coming out of the Mr. Prosecutor's mouth. Tidal wave?
We've heard a lot come out of you, but I've yet to see a shred of evidence. The victim's betrayal and his subsequent detainment. All of that couldn't happen while you were out cold.
That's right. You were out for quite a while, Mr. Prosecutor. If that were the case, Miss Pops would have still seen me tied to that beam. I was scared of Mr. Deacon, so I didn't go into the next room. So I really have no idea if they were there or not, Mr. Edgeworth.
You see, it would seem that you can't prove a thing.
Damn.
Who said that?
Ah, the father covering for the son now, huh? Please wait. Mr. Romano.
Ho ho ho, Miles, my boy. It looks like you're really giving it your all. And Lance, it's not good to cause trouble for others.
Dad.
Let's see. You are the one in charge of the investigation, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sorry for that my son has been nothing but trouble.
This probably won't make up for anything, but I have some evidence for you.
Oh, do you now?
Ah, Is that what I think it is? The missing Bad Badger costume. It's the Bad Badger costume the victim was wearing. And a gun! I couldn't wait around for the police, so I went and found these myself. It appears that they were disposed of in the sea.
Ah! Is there no one in this country who actually obeys the law?
There. And now, Agent Lang, please calm down. What the heck is that scrap of paper? This appears to be a letter from the Chief of Police. Please allow Mr. Romano complete freedom to do as he sees fit, it says. Well, rich people with money get their way, that's for sure. What?
The Chief of Police?
What the? Just who does he think he is? Person who wields the highest authority in this area. Ho 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 ho! There. Now, there's no need to be so upset.
I'm not a cop from this land, so I'm not bound by the laws of your country.
No. This wasn't meant to strong-arm you into anything, it's just a request. I'm only asking that you please respect the laws of the land.
I can't really say no to that. However, returning to the topic at hand. Doesn't matter who found the evidence, its value remains unchanged. Alright, now let's take a look at this new evidence.
I've already got the results. I had a special forensics research lab that I'm on good terms with conduct the tests. They verified that the blood on this costume belongs to Oliver. As for the gun,
The only fingerprints that they could find were yours, Lauren. What? You disappoint me, Miles. I can't believe that you would cause my son such stress and heartache. Thank goodness I was able to find the final pieces of evidence. With this, you'll have no reason left to push my poor boy around.
That's it. These are the case-making pieces of evidence. Ha! I'll be the judge of that. Ah. Okay, the piece of glass. What's this? Hey, that's sparkle. I bet they're really valuable. Sorry, but that's just a piece of mirror. But why are they in here? That might be important. A gunshot. This bullet hole is kind of burnt around the edges. Wait. Those burn marks were left by gunpowder. This isn't most important. What is that? It's because it is proof that the victim was shot at point-blank range. Fuck. Oh man, I'm not gonna finish. Could this gun be the actual murder weapon? Used to kill Deacon. Was originally stolen from a guard by the victim during escape. Well, are these not the most definitive piece of evidence you've ever seen? Thank you, Dad. This should be enough to convince even Mr. Edgeworth over there. Make no mistake, these are fingerprints on that murderous gun. And that proves that it was Lolly who killed Oliver. But Oliver was also after Lolly's life. So, Mr. Edgeworth, even you must see that Lolly was only acting in self-defense. The fingerprints on the weapon, huh? Oh no! This isn't helpful at all. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, all I want to do is save Lolly. But in the end, all I can do is watch on as she takes the punishment for her crimes. And that may be all you can do. However, I still have a case to solve and a job to do. The job of unraveling your insidious lie. You wound me. Why won't you believe me, even in the face of all this evidence? I got 3 minutes. I'm out of time. Make no mistake. These are the fingerprints on the murder gun. Surely I can be a little late to run. Right. Belong to Miss Pops. There's no mistake about it. On my connection, I had the best forensics. Money. I find that to be a bit peculiar. What? Are you trying to pick an argument with me? What should I do? Raise an objection. Frankly, I don't believe that Miss Pops' print should be on that gun to begin with. And the reason why Miss Pront... She was wearing a fucking, what's it called? Costume. Costume?
Take that!
Costume. It's simply not possible, Miss Pops, to have left any fingerprints on the murder. Because while she was at the stadium, Miss Pops was wearing a costume. Huh. But there's been no mistake. We found fingerprints. Oh well, Miss Pops, do you remember touching the gun at any time? Yes. As a matter of fact, I did hold it for a bit back in the hideout. I handed it off to Mr. Deacon when he and Lance left for the haunted house. Retrieve the ransom money, I suppose. There you have it. That is when Miss Pops' friends found their way to the gun. You understand now, Miss Romano. The fingerprints do nothing to prove that Miss Pops was the murderer. But you still don't have any evidence to prove that she is the killer, right? You seem very adamant about insisting that your girlfriend is the culprit of the killer. Oh, Lance. What? No way. I'm incredibly worried about it. That doesn't change the fact that you don't have any evidence, right? That's where you're wrong. I have the evidence. What? How? The story that Miss Pops killed the victim at the stadium. The whole affair is simply not true, because that was not the real crime scene, but a setup. This proves that the real murder was not committed at the stadium at all. Shards of glass? Ooh, shards of glass.
Take that!
And this piece of it. Fuck, no! Oh no, 0. At least it's 6. Fuck. Damn. Fuck. Not committed at the stadium at all. Not at the stadium at all. The Blue Badger? Huh. Yeah. I was thinking about the glass too, though. Fuck, I don't know the answer to that. I already did the glass. Nope. Well, fuck.
Take that!
Yeah, no. I will have to think about that later. I'm super sorry, guys. I fucking hate that I'm leaving this at a climatic mode, but I have to go, unfortunately. Thanks for hanging out for me. I'll be continuing. I'll be continuing later. And I get to think about it instead of rushing through it, which will be better for me anyway. So, peace. See you guys around. And I'll be continuing tomorrow.